Good morning. I'm Monisa Clina here at the GBTA Broadcast Studio here in beautiful San Diego at Convention 2022. With me this morning is David Coppens, who is the Executive Vice President for Operations Strategy at BCD Travel, and he came in all the way from Belgium. David, welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. Great, actually.
It is. It's great to be here to reconnect with everybody, right?
Absolutely. It's fantastic.
It is. It's wonderful. So tell me a little bit about what BCD is doing to improve the traveler experience.
Yeah, well, we've been, really focused. We continue to invest in our TripSource mobile app and .com. Trying to create a really personalized experience for the travelers, and focus on self-service as well, because that's really the direction that travelers want to go. How can I self-service my way out of whatever predicament they may be in, whether that's a new booking or a disruption. And part of those new features are things like, a COVID hub, obviously, right? Go back and tell people what regulations applied during the pandemic, still continue to apply in some cases. And some of those are more longer lasting, I think, things like, introducing a chat channel, click to chat, click to call, for our travelers, and doing things like an unused ticket database that became so much more relevant during the pandemic worldwide. And I think for me, really the focus has been, from an operations perspective, operations strategy perspective, is how do we make that experience, that digital traveler experience, how do we make that continue when it becomes an offline conversation with our travel agents?
Right. So how does that drive changes on the agent side?
Yeah, it's so we've introduced an agent CRM, Agent Source. It's on the one side a CRM application that allows our travelers to see all the contextual information when somebody is contacting us. So if Monisa's calling us, then we know this is Monisa. That you're obviously, what is your persona, right? In this case, clearly a VIP traveler, or that could be an HCP, or that could be an engineer, and display the different travel policies associated to that. The information of the company that you're working for, your previous trips, your existing trips, your past trips, your contacts, who have you talked to, what are your unused tickets that are out there, what waivers apply to those. Bring all of that into a single application. That changes the conversation that our agents have with the traveler. It becomes a lot more personalized, becomes a lot more proactive, and it really drives a different also a different experience for our agents, right? They're able to focus on the customer, not so much focus on the process.
Excellent. Are you still seeing an effect from the pandemic? Are you seeing business travel return? What are your thoughts around that?
Business travel return, absolutely. Effect from the pandemic, yes, absolutely, right?
There's, yes and yes.
Yes and yes, and I don't think anybody in this entire convention can say anything different. I think it's affecting everybody. And I've got to say, it feels to me like there's light at the end of the tunnel. We have been laser focused on the service to our customers and making sure that is back up to scratch and is where it needs to be. Recruited over 1,700 people in just in this year. So it's been a really big focus of ours. That's going to continue for a while. There's still disruption out in the system. It feels a little bit like if there wasn't as much disruption, we might already be there. We might already be where we need to be. But the disruption with strikes and shortages and staff shortages and things like airports, reducing capacity. Who's ever heard of that? That's never really happened before in history. So, that is very disruptive to our agent population and to the staffing. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. For once in the last 2 years, it doesn't feel like it's an oncoming train. It's actually light.
Good. You hit on a lot of points about, I think, the underlying message is the ramifications of the pandemic, right? Nobody's immune to it. It's affected everybody's business, regardless of what part of the, supply chain you're in or, food chain, it's affected everybody, right?
Absolutely. And, I've got to say thank you to all of our clients, because at the end of the day, they've stuck through this with us.
Yes.
They're still there with us. We're doing our very, very best and really focused on that, bringing that service back up, and they're still there with us, right?
Yeah. Makes you stronger, right? You come out on the other side stronger and better. Together. Right. Well, David, it's great to see you and have you here with us. It sounds like you guys are doing some really innovative things and it's wonderful to see the BCD team here at GBTA Convention. So thank you.
Thank you. Absolutely.
Thank you. I'm Monisa Clina here at the GBTA Broadcast Studio.